Hey y'all, it's Danielle from Black Business Boom, and I am here live with Erica and Denzel from the Black Nashville Assembly. And we have some important stuff to talk about. We've had a lot of important things going on in the last couple of weeks here in the Nashville area. And I thought, what better folks to come and talk about how we can continue to come together and make things shake here in Nashville, keep shaking things up and just coming together collectively. And the Black Nashville Assembly has been doing this work for the last few years now and really bringing us together, setting priorities as the Black community and the Black population of Nashville. And again, I think that it's now become really important that we come together and that, as Denzel put it yesterday on how do we lead ourselves? How do we come together as a community and lead ourselves? So I'm happy to have them here with me today. Again, I think they can shed some light on the things that have been going on, but also help us to understand those things, but also to talk about action because the fight is not over. There are still many things going on that can affect our lives as Black people here in Nashville that we need to be aware of and we need to be fighting for. So, hey y'all, how y'all doing today?
Good, good. So good. Thank you so much for having us. It's always, a joy and an honor to be able to be in conversation with you and talk about the necessary work that we got to do together.
Yeah, I'm super excited to have you. So for those that have kind of been out of the loop, I think most of us have been tuned in, but I know that I've seen some comments from folks that are saying like, I don't really understand what's going on, what's happened here over the last couple of weeks. Can you give us a quick breakdown of what transpired over the last couple of weeks here in the house here in Nashville or
For
Tennessee?
sure. I'm gonna just break down what happened. I'm gonna pass it to Denzel for this quote that he was like hitting home with. But last week, and this has been like a 2-week thing that's been going on. Last week, the Republican led state House of State Representatives came in and was like, yo, we gonna put 3 people out. They voted to put 3 people out of their seats that voters decided that they should be in, and would go on to decide to expel 2 House representatives in the state from the House. And so, Justin Pearson and Justin Jones, and they left Gloria Johnson, a white woman. And unfortunately, we saw them attack the work that voters have been doing in Memphis and in Nashville. And, I want to be clear that the state right now has been attacking Black people, Black working class people, trans folks, education, you name it. It has been under attack by state representatives, state senators for a while now, the governor for a while now. And we've been clear, and we said this, in February and March, we said, we're not just going to take this. We're going to fight back collectively in Nashville, in Memphis, in Chattanooga, in Manchester, in Paris, Tennessee, across the state. We're going to be fighting back. And so it's important to kind of be able to name that. And I want to pass it to Jamel. I mean, not Jamel, sorry. We're in the office. Jamel, get your seat.
Erica, scoot over a little bit. We can't see your face. I want to make sure the people can see you. There you go.
I'm gonna pass it to Denzel to talk about. He was like, just name it. Democracy ain't died last week.
Yeah. So one of the things I think is important whenever we talking about our issues as Black people is to have a clear, sober analysis, right? We understand the nature of this country. We understand how we got here through chattel enslavement and just the fight that we've been ensuing since we got here, trying to live full and humane lives, right? So in moments like this, what tends to happen when we get attacked like this, people are like, oh, like democracy is dying. But we would like to add a response or kind of a reframing, right? Democracy was never born here, right? A democracy was never born here. If you can honestly take a look at Black people's condition, both in the past and now, We've never been represented. And so I think one of the things that we make clear as the Black Nashville Assembly is that first, that democracy has never existed. But when we work with our people and we work with Black people to determine what we need to address our conditions and the ways we need to do it and make it happen, what we are doing is we are starting the process of birthing that democracy that we want to live in. Right. And so I think one thing that's really important in moments like this, when we see, state reps getting expelled, when we see these policies at the local or state level being passed, that what we're seeing is not a democracy, because if that were the case, Black people's concerns would be directly addressed by Black people on behalf of Black people. But that is not the case.
That is very profound, Denzel. And as we were out marching the other day, you heard people chanting, "This is what democracy looks like." And so I think that it's a very important conversation that we're having about what is democracy? What does it look like? What does it look like for us? And so one of the first things that Black Nashville Assembly did, I think that was back in 2021, was to bring us together to say, what are our needs? There's a lot of them, but you brought together the community to say, let's talk about it. What are the things that we need? Then prioritize those things, and then mobilized on how do we fix those issues. So let's talk about that, and also kind of the work that you all have been doing over the last couple of years in really addressing the needs of Black Nashvillians.
Yeah, and one of the first places we came when we started out in 2020 and 2021, when we were like, let's gather Black people to talk about our issues. And people said education, housing, and public safety, and we said we wanted to talk about them and come up with solutions to create a political agenda that we would then use to get people elected who align with that political agenda in the 2023 city council elections. And then and so we have finished the political agenda. It's done. People can check it out on our website, www.blacknashvillassembly.org. They can check out that political agenda. But the second phase, we don't just want to create something and not make sure we want to create something to make sure it's implemented. And so not only are we making sure we get people out to vote for local elected officials, for city council folks, for mayor, that really aligns with that political agenda, as we did last year in the judicial election. We want to make sure that we get people engaged to increase political participation, to increase political engagement, because oftentimes people think that voting is just enough, and that's not enough. People voted to get Justin inside of the House of Representatives. They
see what happens with that.
Folks vote, and that's great, but we got to go beyond voting, right? We got to make sure we are consistently talking to these elected officials, because guess who is talking to them on a regular basis? Developers, the police, right? People who want to make sure that we are pushed out of our city are consistently talking to these elected officials, and you can see that reflected in how many of them vote on the local level. And so for us, we got to make sure we're talking to them just as much, but also we got to build our own local power. Our community knows what we need to survive and be whole. And so that's why we started our Block Captain program. We're hosting block meetings in 52 places across the state of Tennessee, from Nashville to Murfreesboro, Chattanooga to Paris, Tennessee, Clarksville, Memphis, wherever Black people are, we're hosting those 52 block meetings. And so, people can sign up to be block captains, where you can bring your neighbors together to talk about those issues and work with us to really implement solutions that address those issues. And folks can go to TennesseeBlocks.org to really to sign up to be a block captain, or to attend a block meeting wherever you are. And that's across the state of Tennessee. And that's with the Southern Movement Committee as well. The other thing I do want to name is that, this is a big year for us in Nashville, because we have these city council elections. And we did see, city council, shout out, made sure that Justin did get reinstated to the House. But there's still more we need our local city council to do, and they haven't done that over the past 3 years. Developers are eating up our neighborhoods, y'all. It is Airbnbs in North Nashville. Why are we seeing people walk down the street from Ed's Fish right. as tourists? Them bridal groups, That is unacceptable when we know Black people got pushed out of them houses. And so we like, but we can do something about it. But we got to vote for people who align with that. And we got to build power together and fight for that power, consolidate that power to make sure we have what we need. And the other thing I'll say just real quick is that Black people deserve to have a good time. It's a lot going on. Look, we've been from the allergies to what they doing to what they doing on the state level. They trying to divide up our votes. Mm-hmm. We are under attack, but we deserve to really be celebrated and love on each other. And so we also, we got a concert coming up on the 21st that people come out to. It's gonna be at the Blue Room. We got some amazing artists: Mike Floss, Afro Sheen, True Star, Roll, Chuck. Yours truly, Jay. I think I named all of them. I think seven artists, most of them homegrown. And then we got an assembly on the 29th in a few Saturdays where we come together to really be like, who's running for office, right? Do they align with us? How they been voting? Because there's some people coming out trying to be cute when we've been following you for the last 3 years. So and so
and not only the council elections, we're voting for a new mayor for Nashville, for Davidson County. We have to start to come together. And I think many of us, myself included, have just been like, I don't really do politics. It's not really, I don't really understand a lot of the things. Exactly. It affects us every single day. Mm-hmm. And so we can't use it as an excuse that we don't understand the process. We don't know what's going on. I didn't know who to vote for. When we got, the Black Nashville Assembly, we got the Equity Alliance, we got the internet. Mm-hmm. There are things that we can do. We can't keep using the excuses, we can't keep saying, I'm not really into politics. I don't really, because these are the things that are affecting our livelihood every single day. And so you all are laying it out plainly. We got the Black Nashville Assembly coming up. You said the 29th, right?
Yep, mm-hmm. April 29th. So, folks can, register for that. At bit.ly, April PMA 23. Mm-hmm. I think that's it. Or go to our website, blacknationalassembly.org for sure.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. I love what you said. We got to consolidate the power. Yes. We got power. It's just spread out all over the place. Everywhere. We just in silos, just trying to do nothing. There are a lot of us just doing nothing, or we're staying in our lane and not coming together. Mm-hmm. And I think even as we look at the Nashville mayoral race, mm-hmm. we got 3 Black women. Mm-hmm. I'll reserve my comments on 2 of them, but we have 3 Black women that are running. One I feel like is a really strong candidate that I'm excited to talk to this week and bring to the community to learn about. But again, it's going to be a situation where folks are like, well, there are 3 Black women and I didn't do my research, and they Black and they a woman, and I'm just going to go out and pick one and call it a day. Right. When everybody is not for us. So, whether Democrat, Republican, we have to still do our research and understand who the candidates are, and you all are giving us resources to do that.
That's so true. And that's why I'm like, we need people to come out to the April 29th assembly, because we're going to be talking about who's running and, what their platform, what they have been doing in the community. From the city council to the mayoral race. And, we'll have stuff through the vote is in August, but throughout the summer, it's going to be a hot summer, y'all. Yes. And we got to stay informed on who these people are. So we'll be having candidate forums. Mm-hmm. We'll be coming together to really kind of have those conversations and think about who we can be supporting and what it looks like to support people who actually align with our agenda. Because we just can't have the voter turnout has been low. It's been consistently low for the past few years. And I think that's because people are tired. They don't have people to vote for. Too many times we feel like our leaders have been chosen for us. But I'm gonna be real. We got some people running out of Nashville who are homegrown from Nashville, grew up in North Nashville, grew up in 37208, have been impacted by these things, who actually are dedicated to our agenda. And so we got to figure out who those people are and make sure we support them, because you know, I don't know how long, if you done lived here for 5 years, 10 years, your whole life, you done seen the city change.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be real with you. The cost of eggs, that's political, y'all.
That
the
is.
cost of childcare, that's political.
Gas.
Whether or not you get pulled over by the police because you black or you not, that's political. And so it's time for us to get political together and really, you know, lean into the political possibilities, right? It is possible to have thriving and healthy communities, but it ain't gonna happen if we don't do it together. We got to do it together. Come out, you know, to the tour, turn up, and then come out on the 29th and figure out how we gonna be moving this election season to make sure our needs are centered and get met.
And
I love it.
If you're feeling super excited and you want to jump in immediately tonight,
right?
We have book club conversation, and the purpose of our book club is to give folks an opportunity to learn together. Some people, you know, might be like, hey, you know, I don't really know all of this stuff and I just want to start somewhere. Can somebody break it down to me? Well, this is what the book club is for. The book club is an opportunity for community to come together and learn, figure out what things mean and what implications they have on our daily lives, and to take that knowledge and to put that into action, right? So Erica just talked about our assembly work. We got outreach. We got so many other programs within the assembly. So if you want to pull up on us tonight, you can register, go to blacknashvilleassembly.org, and you can look up our events for the book club, sign up for the book club. And tonight we're actually going to be doing a documentary showing of Black Power in Lowndes County. For those who don't know, that is where you had a lot of folks in SNCC, or the Southern Nonviolent Movement Committee. And so they were building power in Lowndes County, Alabama, in a place where Black folks were the majority, but white folks were ruling the land, right? Through voter disenfranchisement, through lack of participation. And so we will be able to see a case study of what it's like to build Black power in the South with everyday Black folks, right? And there are parallels between then and now that we have to learn lessons from, so we can apply in this election this year, because it's going to be a hot summer and it's going to be a serious year that's going to have major impact for years to come.
Yeah, so right.
And I'll tell you, I wanted to look up the stats from the last mayoral race, and 62,000 people. John Cooper won with 62,000 votes. That's not a lot. I went to a round table last week for one of the candidates, and he said all it really takes is like 55,000 votes to win this election. That's not a lot. We have that. We could really elect the person that we want if we came together to do that. Like, it's so important that we all get on the same page. I know that's not going to happen. But if we can get the majority of us even on the same page to go for the person that we feel like can implement the changes that we need, man, it could be so huge for Nashville. It could be so huge. And so, again, right now, there are a bunch of candidates. And so most of us are just like, we don't know, you know, I don't know who. We haven't seen a lot of campaigning, really strong campaigning happening yet, but it's coming. And so we need to come together and really know who these people have been, not who they are right now in the midst of the campaign, but who have they been. And many of us are not able to go out and do that research on our own. So we appreciate you all putting it together for us and making it easier. So again, we got a couple things coming up with the Black Nashville Assembly. We got work to do, y'all. We got to start to show up. We got to start to come together. And as Erica said, we got to consolidate the power. Tonight is the book club. You can go to the website and sign up for the book club. What day is the concert?
The concert is Friday, April 21st. And, you know, folks can go get tickets at www.rsmc.org/tour. And it's gonna be like, that's gonna be fun, y'all. And we got some sides for folks because it's a meet 3 tour, so you're gonna get some food along with a really great time. Because you know, everything is political, even our music, how we turn up, as political, and we can't act like it's not. So while we, you know, shaking, you know, getting it together, we can also walk away with 3 action steps on how we can transform our city and build a democracy not yet born yet. Build a people-driven democracy, because really that's the key, and that's the mandate, and that's our work.
Absolutely. And then, of course, on the 29th, we have the Black Nashville Assembly. This is your opportunity to show up and understand who's running for council, who's running for mayor. You don't have to go Google and try to put it all together yourself, because the
We
Black
got you.
Nashville Assembly is helping us to do that. So make sure that you go to the website. Give us the website one more time for everybody to go to
Uh,
and get registered.
www.blacknashvilleassembly.org. And that's where you can find out how to register. And then the other thing is bit.ly/April 23 BNA, all caps. That's also where you can go ahead and register for the assembly. And the other thing I'll name is that we need people to register, because y'all know we live in the South, so we're not giving our locations out like that. We want to make sure the right people you come in, because you with the team. And so we saw what happened at the state level, and so we see what happened across the state and across the country. So folks register for the location so you can come up and celebrate and be with your people.
I love it. Somebody asked me to put it in the chat. I'll make sure that it's put in the chat on this live stream, as well as drop it in Black People Making Moves. So if you are listening somewhere else, get in Black People Making Moves, and I'll make sure that you all have the information there. Thank you all so much for having this conversation with me. But more importantly, thank you for the work that you all are doing in our community, because somebody got to pull us all together. We need, if it was up to us, clearly we just off doing what's in our best interest personally, but we all have to start to think about what's in the best interest of the community. And I appreciate you all for putting that at the forefront and putting in the work and doing it on a daily basis for us. So we appreciate you all, and we will see you all at somewhere this month. Y'all got a bunch of places where you can connect with Black Nashville Assembly. Thank you all so much, and have a wonderful afternoon. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.